Hit it, Phil.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Can it be the breeze that fills the trees with rare and magic perfume? Oh, no, it isn't the breeze. It's Jackson time. La-da-da-da.
Stay tuned.
Right after this episode.
For our discussion.
From Hollywood, the Jack Benny Program. Oh, hello. I'm Don Wilson. Just a few minutes ago, we finished our dress rehearsal for today's show, and, well, today we got through just a little early.
Mr. Wilson?
Yeah?
The cleaner just finished pressing Mr. Benny's suit. What'll I do with it?
Oh, that's the new one he told me about. I tell you, just put it in his dressing room, will you, please? Right. Now, let's see, where were we? Oh, yes, today we finished our dress rehearsal just a little early, so Jack had time to go down to Andre's barber shop to get a haircut.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Hello, Andre. Gee, I see you're not busy today, are you?
No, it's a little slow right
Good.
now.
I like a haircut.
Oh, certainly. I'll get someone for you.
Oh, no, wait a minute. I want you to do it.
Well, Mr. Benny, it isn't nice for an owner to wait on the customers while the other barbers aren't busy.
Oh, I see.
Now, if you just sit in that chair over there, and I'll get you a magazine.
It's okay.
Here you are.
Thank you.
Now, just wait 1 moment. I'll get something for you.
All right.
Oh, Harry, Mr. Benny would like a haircut. Will you take him?
Not me. Let Maury do it.
Not me. Well, Charlie, how about you?
No, thanks.
Well, now, wait a minute, boys. We've got to be fair about this. Who waited on him the last time?
I did. And when I finished, he offered me a tip. But my hands were full, so he said, I'll slip it in your pocket.
Well, at least you got something.
What do you mean, something? When I added up my money, I was a dime short.
Harry, why don't you take him? You told me once he gave you $1 tip.
Jack Benny offered you $1 tip?
Yeah, spin that old man around in the chair 3 times. He doesn't know what he's doing. All right, I'll take him.
Andre, what about my haircut?
Coming, Mr. Benny, right away. Harry will take care of you.
Well, Mr. Benny, sorry to keep you waiting. What'll it be?
I'll have a haircut here.
Fine. Will you roll up your sleeve, please?
Yeah. Roll up my sleeve for a haircut?
Don't you want your Novocaine?
Don't be so funny. Just give me a haircut.
Yes, sir.
Not too close. Andre.
Yes, Mr. Benny?
Look, while I'm getting a haircut, maybe I'll have a manicure, too. I might as well.
A manicure?
Yeah.
Yes, certainly. Just a moment. I'll get one of the girls.
Okay.
Oh, Mildred.
Yes?
Mr. Benny would like a manicure. Will you take him?
Not me. Let Helen do it.
Not me.
Well, how about you, Goldie?
No, thanks.
Well, now, look, girls, we've got to be fair about this. Who took care of him the last time?
I did. For $1.50 manicure, I worked on his nails for an hour.
An hour for a manicure? Why so long?
When I got through with his hands, he took off his shoes.
I know what you mean. He did that to me once.
Really?
I didn't mind cutting his toenails, but I had to play this little piggy at the same time.
Andre, what about my manicure?
Just 1 moment, Mr. Benny. Mildred, go on, you take him. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Not too close now. You know the way you always do it, Harry, huh? Just
Hello,
kinda
Mr. Benny.
Oh, hello.
Put your fingers in this bowl of water.
Okay. Ow! It's hot.
Harry, you forgot to give him the Novocaine.
I didn't want it this time. Just do my nails.
Everything all right, Mr. Benny?
Yeah, but while I'm sitting here, maybe I'll get my shoe shine, huh?
Shoe shine?
Yes.
Well, do you think you really need the shoe shine?
I need them. Now get them.
All right, shall I get a boy right away for you? Yes, sir. Oh, Ray, Mr. Benny would like a shoe shine. Will you take him?
I yield to the gentleman from Alabama.
Well, how about you, Danny?
Alabama passes.
Come on, what about my shoes?
Just a moment, Mr. Benny. Come on, boys. Which one's it going to be?
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Oh, hello, Sam.
Sam, would you,
Come on, Danny. You do it. Come on, be a good fellow.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Hello. Doesn't need much, just a little around the toe there.
Yes, sir.
There you are, Mr. Benny. How do you like it so far?
Looks all right. What's that sticking out on the side?
That's your ear.
Oh, yes.
I can cut it off if you like.
Never mind. Andre.
Yes, Mr. Benny?
Look, while I'm waiting, it's going to be a rush to get to the studio and everything. Will you make out my check now?
Yes, sir.
Bill, and I'll pay it.
Now, there was the haircut, the shoe shine, the manicure, the Novocaine, the...
I didn't have the Novocaine.
Oh, yeah, yes, sir.
Just watch it a little bit there, will you? Just a little more, just here.
It'll come to $350.
$350?
Do you want the Novocaine now?
Now, look, will you please all finish so I can get to the studio? I got a show to do. Thank you very, very much, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our show. Now, first of all, I must tell you that I have a terrific disappointment tonight. You know the way Ed Sullivan always introduces people in the audience? Well, tonight we were supposed to have in our audience 23 members of the North Hartford Nudist Colony. But unfortunately, you see, this was the first time they've ever been to Hollywood, and they didn't know, the rules and regulations of the city. So on the way down here, they were arrested for jaywalking. I think a few days ago, they were in Las Vegas, and nobody paid any attention to them. As they were leaving, people just said to them, better luck next time. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I had something to tell you. First, I must ask you something. How do you like this suit? Isn't it beautiful? I must tell you why I asked you this, because you see, if I told you what I paid for this suit, you'd never believe it. Really. Now, really, recently, I went to Hong Kong, and over there you've probably heard about people buying clothes over there. In Hong Kong, you can get a suit that would cost $200 or $250 over here. You can get over there for $35 or $40, you see. So I went around to buy some suits, and I didn't go. You see, I was pretty smart, I didn't go where the tourists go. I went way down to the end of town of Hong Kong, where the Chinese themselves go. And what do you think I paid for this suit? $12. And believe me, it's hard to get a fitting when you've got your hands up like this. Imagine a beautiful suit like this, fitting like this at $12. God, I tried to get 2 pair of pants with it, but they wouldn't. Gosh, $12. Gosh, if I only wear it 3 or 4 years, it's worth it. Well, anyway, you must go to Hong Kong. Those of you who haven't been, it's a beautiful city. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present my guest star, young lady whom you've seen so many, many times, and a lot of times on my program, Miss Gisele MacKenzie.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness, although a tear may be ever so near. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you'll just smile. There are smiles that make you happy, smiles that break your heart, smiles that bring you heaven for a while. But whatever you feel and do, just
Gisele, come out here, will you, please? Gisele, that song was just wonderful, isn't it?
Why, thank you, Jack.
And you want to know something? You look as beautiful as ever.
Well, thank you. You know, Jack, I've worked with you many times, but I've never seen you look as well as you look tonight.
Really?
Is that a new suit you're wearing?
Yes, I'm glad you noticed it. Huh? You like it?
Well, I certainly do.
Gisele, what do you think this suit cost me?
Gosh, I don't know.
Well, I went to Hong Kong and bought it. This suit, it cost me exactly $12.
$12?
How about that?
Gee, I think it's beautiful.
There you are. And you know why I wore it? Because I thought that maybe after the show tonight, you and I would go out, maybe have dinner, go dancing, have a little fun.
Gee, I wish you'd asked me before, Jack, because I'm busy tonight.
Busy?
Well, you see, I'm going to a party.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll go with you.
No, you see, Jack, you've got to be invited.
Well, tell the hostess that you're bringing somebody.
I can't very well do that.
Why not?
I'm the one who's giving the party.
You're... You're giving the party, and you didn't invite me?
Well, Jack, you don't have to be offended. After all, this is a kind of a party that I'm giving for the people that I owe.
That you owe?
Well, you see, I've been here now, out here, for about a year. And I've been going to, the different homes of my different friends. And, well, in order to pay them back, tonight they're all coming to my place.
Gisele, you mean that I have to invite friends to my house before they'll invite me to their house?
Well, Jack, that's only etiquette.
Etiquette? I call it out-and-out blackmail. Etiquette.
But, Jack, you misunderstand the whole thing. You see, this is really a reciprocal party that I'm giving for the people I'm obligated to. I mean, it's not like the party I gave last week.
You gave a party last week?
Oh, well, Jack, I didn't know where to phone you.
How do you like that? She didn't know where to phone me. I'm listed in the yellow pages under available for parties. Been there 11 years. Go be nice to people. That's all I got to say.
Oh, Jack, if you feel that bad about it, why don't you come tonight?
Gisele, do you think for 1 minute after what you just said I'd go to your house for dinner?
Yes.
What time?
Right after the show.
Okay. You know, a good insult always makes me hungry. Now, Gisele, you know what always happens when we work together and what the audience usually expects from us. So will you go out and get them,
Okay, I'll get the violins.
Yes, go ahead. Can't understand it that I have to invite people to my house before they invite me to theirs. I'm glad I found out about it, though, because all these years I thought the reason I wasn't invited is because people didn't like me.
Here you are, Jack.
Oh, fine. This is what they were waiting for, huh? Okay. All right. Hey, let's tune up. Give me A, will you, please?
All right.
Good. Now, Gisele, let's not repeat things. Every time we play, we always play that same number, Getting to Know You. Let's not repeat it. Let's play something new, something different. What would you suggest, all right?
Well, how about an old standby? Something like Stardust or Fascination.
Fascination.
That's a good
That'll
tune.
be fine. We'll play Fascination.
Okay.
Huh? Okay, Fascination. Right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You ever get those orchestra leaders always start out like this? Looks like you're asking a horse how old he is. Fascination, huh? Yeah.
I can't get over that beautiful suit.
Really?
It's just gorgeous.
Well, that's a beautiful dress you're wearing, too.
Oh, thank you.
In Hong Kong, you can get it for $7.
Shall we play?
Yes. Ready? All right. must say that you have improved. You really have. And I think that it went so well that maybe we ought to play an encore, huh? What would you suggest for an encore?
Well, since I'm improving, how about something on the classical side, like Monty's Chardas?
Oh, oh, the number that goes da 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 da.
But difficult.
Da, da. All right. Okay, we'll do that. I'll start it, huh?
Okay.
All right. Now I'll take it up. Thank you very, very much. Well, Giselle was absolutely wonderful. And thanks so much. Thank you very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, and now Don Wilson come out to tell you that I'll be back in a minute.
Jack, we'll be back in a minute, but first...
Thank you very, very much, ladies and gentlemen. I also want to thank Giselle for being on my show again. Wasn't that awful, the thing that happened to my suit? The thing that bothers me, I had 11 more made in the same store. Oh, well. Good night, folks. See you soon.
Well, hello again. This is Buck Benny. I am joined by Zach Eastman. Zach, it's so good to have you back.
Hello. Thank you very much, Buck Benny.
You're welcome. You're so welcome. And we have, of course, John with us. John, what's going on with This Day in Jack Benny?
We're back into a new seasons. Well, yeah, so new episodes of the Jack Benny Show rather than sort of bonus episodes that I
like how we call them new episodes. New episodes from 70 years ago. Kathy Fuller-Seeley. Hey, Kathy.
Oh.
So let's get into this week's episode. This is the Hong Kong suit episode. It's actually for me, because when I happened to get into the Jack, I'd got into the radio show kind of first, and then started to get into these old television show episodes, and the ones that were sort of circulating seems like the Hong Kong suit episode was in every set you could ever get any which way. It was one of the most circulated episodes. So I saw this very early on, and I always kind of avoided doing it. It was like, okay, it didn't seem like too much of an episode, but we're hitting on it chronologically. So I thought, well, let's present it. So finally time. But I forgot it had the whole barber shop thing at the front. And
Yeah.
that's a really good bit. I love that barbershop thing. The rest of this episode for me isn't the greatest, but it's still. But I
Anytime
love Jack.
Giselle shows up.
So,
Oh, come
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
I
I'm
love
with
Jack and Giselle. You can
Yes.
never not have a good time.
Yes.
yeah, I'm with Kathy on this one. It's this isn't an episode that I was enamored with when I first watched it. So like, do you guys remember like for the majority of times Jack was getting put out on like bootleg or not bootleg, but like public domain releases.
Yes. And
Like
that's
where
this
most
would
of those
be.
episodes. Yeah, I remember how I saw this one. It was on one that was like a red, had a red velvet curtain background
Yes.
cover.
I know
like
which one you're
four
talking about, yeah.
4 discs worth. This was one of them. I got that set for Christmas one year, and I'm watching it on a little portable DVD player. And this one was the one that after the barbershop skit happens, my interest dwindled because I was not tagged into Jack's stuff with the violin yet emotionally, and nor was I fully understanding the importance of Giselle in his life.
Yes.
So now in the last couple of years, stuff like this is I love this, and the barbershop's good too. But like I'm waiting for more Giselle at this point.
And I'm only as mature as young Zach, so I'm still in that spot. In a few years, I'll look back on this and go, "Oh my gosh, it was a mighty, mighty fine episode."
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, let's swing it over to John and get what John thoughts were on this thing.
Well, I liked it. I liked it quite a bit. I agree with you that the first part is fun, but a little forgettable because I watched it yesterday and then we sat down to talk and I was like, oh, what happened in that? I couldn't remember. I had to like took a little scan of the video and say, oh yeah, the whole barbershop thing.
Yes.
It is sort of like two separate episodes put together. There's no, relation between the two. But I like both. I liked the skit and, I mean, it's a little predictable, but that's just fun. It's sort of like mindless classic Jack Benny's cheap jokes, and it's lots of fun and all the different people and their reactions. And then we get to the stage stuff. And I thought the concept of the Hong Kong suit and the sort of the mystery of where they're going to go with it, I thought was very fun and funny. And yeah, I like it when they do something a little bit different and a different format of the show too. And then Gisele MacKenzie is always fun to come, and they got a good rapport. He seems to like her, and yeah, so I like the whole thing.
Well, what's nice is now that we do the commentary after the show, this is one that before we'd have to be really careful and you wouldn't want to spoil it and all that kind of stuff. But this one you can, now I love it that we can just talk about the whole thing. But the suit, the suit falls apart. You guys have seen it.
Yeah.
And I like that bit. It's fine. It's kind of, you kind of guess that that's where it's going to go, at least for me, because it's like, okay, this is a cheap suit.
Well,
What's going to happen?
when you see that it has big Captain Kangaroo pockets on the front, I was just like, nobody has big pockets like that in the suit, in a good suit.
And for them to spend so much time on the suit, it's like they're going to have to do something with it, and they did, so that was fine. I still, as she's saying goodbye to him and shaking his hand or whatever and leaving the stage, and then his sleeve comes with her. I mean, that still is funny. And certainly Giselle and Jack together.
Yeah.
The whole, if this is all planned out, and I'm sure it is, I don't know. It's because some of it just feels so natural with them and so real. The whole thing where she all of a sudden starts laughing and spits on him, and then he takes out and wipes his face. I think that's probably all planned, but man, it sure just seems natural, and it seems like she's actually losing it when she's with him. But I don't know.
It's one of those few natural moments you're going to see in a filmed episode like this. It's definitely not. It's definitely not a par for the course on this in this era of Jack. I had a theory I wanted to push out to you guys. So we all obviously remember the
Zach's Theory. I love Zach Theory.
Yeah, we love Dreer Poosin on this program, and the basis of Dreer Poosin before Dawn flubbed that line is all centered around Jack's new suit. And that's more of a
$15, $19.50 suit, right?
Exactly, yeah. And so that one, there's not much you can do about a cheap a suit of any kind, let alone a cheap one. But like, or one for 1950, you can't really do much except for ask Jack where he got it, or like make a joke about that somehow because it's an audible gag. Right. This is the visual extension of that, which is we're going to take this same concept that would have been the basis of Dreer Poosin, but we have the visual component now. So like, and I think Kathy's talked about some of this in the book. It's trying to figure out how do you translate Jack to television. And I think that this is one of those key examples to my mind of just like, you want to see how we take a joke from the radio and we put it onto television? This is it. Yeah. And then it's eye of the beholder. It's like, how do you feel now that we've taken a bit like this and transposed it to the visual medium? And it's similar to doing some stuff with the barbershop scene, because that's a gag that's been done in some variation on the radio program before. And in this one, they get a chance to like go visually to each department and not necessarily have to run it for time. They can actually linger on stuff. Like it's really nice to watch them adapt stuff. Whether it's good or not is up to us.
No, that's a great point, Zach. And I want to add this: our estimation of this episode, I think, would be very different if we could see what Laura saw, because what she reports in her marvelous television book is about the middle commercial. Okay, so after the end of the barbershop skit, scene shift back to studio. Dawn is working with a trained seal named Oscar to play the State Farm horns.
Yeah.
The seal walks away. Jack makes Dawn get down and play the horns and clap hands like a seal. I can just... So, hooray! The original show had something, can you imagine big old Don having, anytime he humiliates Don, make like Don having to lie down on the ground and give the commercial. So, there was that extra part that we don't have in the.
Well, you would think we would have that in the like I say, this version is circulating all over the place.
From TV, they made sure to cut out as many of the commercials as possible to put in their California psychics and whatever.
No, the version I shared is from the syndicated package. It's in the syndicated package, so that's great. But there's episodes that were circulating before that, so I'll have to look through a few and see if.
All right,
but I would think if any of us ever saw that, we would remember it, and I don't think any of us have ever seen that because it's like maybe they cut it out. I don't know what.
I guess that would be the logical extension of Don lying on his back to do the commercial, right, Kathy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Down on all fours, having up, honk horns. So.
That now when you describe it that way, it sounds like a horror movie I don't want to watch. It sounds like, oh no, this is the worst Saw movie I've ever seen. It's sad. It makes me cry.
I just love how as we were going through this, we just our love for Dawn has increased and increased, and our respect for Dawn.
Oh yeah.
What's hilarious is our respect for Dawn grows as he does more and more outlandishly crazy, silly things. But it's like, okay, well, he was up for anything.
I would love, like we always talk about, like, I wish there was a biography on this figure in Jack's career and whatnot. And I'm like, I know we'll probably never get a Don Wilson biography, but that's the one I'll probably go to right away, apart from Eddie Anderson, because I want to see somebody dig into the bowels of Don Wilson's life as
there'd be so much of it. So.
It could be a 10-volume thing. So
with extra appendices and a written language for Don when he does Jell-O commercials. I'll get right on that. I'll call Professor Tolkien right now.
Well, but no, he was, and four marriages. 4, 5.
Yeah,
so
that's definitely another part of it because of how many marriages he has, and we know not just because of trade papers, but also how many times Jack recycled "You just got married again" throughout his career.
Yes.
That's how I first learned about it.
How many guest shows other shows he's on. He does a ton of other shows throughout the radio career, and then in the 70s he has a morning show. I think it's in Florida. That was like it was a decent amount of time, and I bet those still exist, some of them somewhere. So,
but I have to, but so like I would have to say though, like he also does like acting roles, and that's something I'm interested in too because I've never seen Niagara, but I need to watch it. I believe Niagara is the one he's in, right? Yeah, and he's also in an episode of Batman the TV series. Like this is a guy who was like kind of asked to do all kinds of stuff in such a weird fashion. It's great, but yeah, no, my appreciation for him just always grows, and obviously you can connect it to Ed McMahon and juxtapose like his experience with Johnny.
Right.
But yeah, no, just his career's been interesting, and also he was born in Colorado, so he gets a lot of his start up there, and like there's no statue to him out here, unfortunately. I'm sad to report, neither for
there's a metal shortage.
Yeah, well, you know, we got to give it all to the war effort, you see. Well, there's no statue to Frank Nelson either at all outside of KOA. So what do I know?
Well, and then at first, when you were first saying Niagara, I thought you were saying Viagra, and I was like, I don't think he did Viagra commercials. I think he was gone before.
Hello, I'm Don Wilson here for Viagra.
I've never seen the movie Niagara, but of course I've looked up the Don Wilson segments, so I've seen the segments with Don.
Yeah.
It's a very small part, but it's just Don being Don. He's just like friendly and happy, and it's just like a short little thing.
Yes.
But it is interesting to see how much he pops up, especially in old radio shows where he's just like casually chatting with Clark Gable or something on like a command performance or something.
Correct. Or lots and lots where he's the narrator of the show or whatever the announcer essentially of the different shows. Wow. But Kathy, is there anything else in this episode that you wanted to mention?
No, I mean I think we've pretty much done it. It was actually filmed the summer before. Filmed at the Desilu Studios in June 1960 before its November 6th broadcast. Okay. And and I think it seems like one that's made up of bits and pieces, but I think it's also, this is the first season where he's having to do 35, a full a slate of episodes. So I'm sure that Jack and his writers were just doing everything they could over the summer to bank episodes, even if they're kind of smashed together things, because they're going to have to produce so much during the year, as opposed to the years all through the rest of the 50s of just every other week.
That's
a
very
tremendous amount of work.
That's
for a
very
guy who's not getting any younger. So
that's very telling to the quality of the episodes as well, because of the amount that they were asked to do for season order. Like that's just like I look at that, and like the more shows he cranks out, the less solid they are. It's so weird because
but that's to be expected, you would think. How could expect
if you're doing 4 episodes, you can do 4 really good episodes a season.
we knew he could do it in radio, but television is just so much more complicated.
Yep.
Well, you have to learn everything. It's not just reading it. You have to actually memorize all the lines and everything.
Yeah.
John?
I hadn't seen this episode before, so it was fresh for me. Okay. I do think that there's something about the way that Jack Benny is able to take nothing and turn it into something very entertaining. And so I will agree, as far as like the jokes go, sometimes you get episodes where the jokes are really funny and like they're boom, boom, boom every minute. The jokes themselves are what is making you laugh. In this episode, I think it's really more the delivery and sort of the tone of the episode that I found so delightful and entertaining. The way that he describes, and he's so excited about getting this amazing deal. Yes. Like that's what I loved about the Hong Kong soup, and even the first part in the barber shop, like the reactions of all the other people, and it's almost like Jack isn't doing anything, but because we know Jack, because he's infamous, the other people's reactions to him, I think, are so fun.
I love the reaction of us. What I think by the time we get over past the manicurist, I believe, and they're going, somebody please attend to Mr. Benny, and the one reaction is, I yield to the gentleman from Alabama. I love that delivery so much. That is a great delivery.
Yeah, at
Yeah.
the end of the shoe shining folks,
Yeah.
is hilarious.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
one who
yeah.
doesn't even, I don't even think he talks. They just ask him if he'll do Mr. Benny as he's walking by, and he just kind of goes, ah! No way. Yeah, I thought it was great. But yeah, I was going. Oh, the other thing we see is Richard Deacon, right? Who's
Yes.
who's famous for being Lumpy Rutherford's dad on Leave It to Beaver, and then he's also
Dick Van Dyke Show.
Dick Van Dyke Show, yeah, major player on the Dick Van Dyke Show, and so we definitely have seen him, and certainly we see him all where to even casual Benny fans, they know him usually from the the Christmas shopping episode. He's one of the folks that are running the counter and dealing with him. But I loved the bit about what's that bit sticking out there, and he's like, "That's your ear. Do you want me to cut it off?" I thought it was great. Now we'll go to what was the Prince song? Oh yeah. Da, 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 da. Controversy. So we'll go into a controversial area, and people can fast forward this if you want. But I was just wondering, so they, like, the shoe shine guys were all black, and they're the only black people that are there. And I've seen black people presented as shoe shine. The two parts you see black people in more than anything else in the 50s and in movies from the 40s and things are shoe shine people and porters for trains are like the two that you see.
Right.
Were they in real life in the 1950s, in the 1940s? Was that an occupation that more black, or was it expected that black people just did that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's,
Okay.
Even, I mean, there were a couple southern airports still had and still have shoe shine stands that have been run by African Americans for years.
Right.
And the porter position was that, and working for the post office, working as a porter, like on a Pullman a train, was considered, in those very segregated times, it was one of the sort of best jobs you could get, say African American historians, because I mean, you got to travel, you were based up north, you got tips. So,
Yeah.
while it's still a meager serving position, it was considered for anybody who could get a job as a porter. That was a very limited range of things you could do.
Correct.
It was a very good job.
Yeah, I believe Oscar Michaud, amongst jobs he did before he started making films for those more independent circuits, was a Pullman porter. I'm trying to think of, like, I know there's other examples, but
It's how Rochester's first appearance. He's a Pullman porter.
Right.
He's a porter who likes to joke about Albuquerque. So,
I think that the benefit of this situation on this episode, as with most things that Jack does, because obviously he's had snafus with this. Kathy alludes to it in her book. That they're like, whoops, oh shoot, we shouldn't have recycled this. But it's all centered around making Jack the butt of the joke, and this is one of the few spaces where they're doing that. Like this is, and that's why whenever I see them come up on the television show, more specifically, it's one of the more groundbreaking. It seems like it's the most groundbreaking. I'm not gonna go shoot off my mouth to the moon about this being the most progressive thing ever, but it's another example of how he utilizes other different actors and black performers from that perspective. It's just like, they're gonna get the best dialogue that they're gonna get in television at this time. Yeah.
You're right.
All three of them were presented, and they were all had a great lines. They were all funny. They of everybody in here, Deacon's lines made me laugh out loud. Some, I don't think anybody else did. Some of the ladies taking care of his nails. I laughed at a little bit, or at least chuckled at a little bit what they were saying. But there was like one of them that was funny, and the other two were amusing. The three guys who were the shoe shine guys, each one of them said a hilarious line, or I did, like I said, the one I don't even think had a line. I think he was just an extra that didn't have a line at all. But his acting was so funny, and that was great. So,
and it was interesting the way they were instead of doing it live on stage, the way that the camera worked, and that they were then panned over and revealed.
Yes.
After we went to the other people was kind of.
Yeah, and it made me wonder, did a shop like, because that's the other thing across my mind. Does a shop like this, or did a shop like this exist at the time? And maybe they did, where you could get your hair done, have your nails done, have somebody shine your, and they're all in the shop waiting for people to come in and get that full service. I mean, Jack had everything that could be done to him in that shop done to him.
Yeah,
So
there's a wonderful scene in the 1928 movie Sunrise, a Murnau's film, where they're in the big city, and George O'Brien goes into a large place like this, and then he's so worried that the manicurist is flirting with him, and his wife Janet Gaynor is upset. And so yes, there used to be sort of full service salons like this for guys. Oh, what you could look like if you got to go to one of these places.
Yeah. Yeah, I like how she points to me, what I could look like if I Daryl needs the most help, so please.
You're looking at my camera, she's pointing at me.
If he had this whole team working on him, maybe he would be presentable for a podcast. I think that's great. Well, and I was doing one of my intros the other day, and I was looking at it afterwards. I'm going, oh man, I have to figure out how to look at the camera or whatever, because I'm always look like I'm looking down, and it's like, okay, I've got essentially, here's a guy with his eyes looking like they're closed the whole time, talking to you and introducing a Jack Benny show. But I'm like, oh well. It's like, gosh, I need to have that surgery thing where they make my eyes bigger. Oh, there we go. Look at that. I mean, anyway,
you don't need surgery. You just need to get in that device that Malcolm McDowell gets into in A Clockwork Orange. You'll be fine.
Oh, there you go. I can get that. Yes. I know exactly what you're talking
just
about.
Keep playing Beethoven for you.
That looks so comfortable to be wearing that. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Yeah, I see no issues with it whatsoever.
No. But John, did you have anything else on this one, or?
No, I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay. And like I say, I mean, entertaining throughout. The beginning, to me, I love that that skit was great. It's one of those skits where the part about Jack's ear, they play on antenna TV where I've gotten a lot of these from. They play that as a clip for the show so much, and I was always in my head going, what episode is that in? I want to see that whole bit. And now I saw it, and I'm like, oh, that was good. I enjoyed it. I forgot that it was in this one. And then, because you do, I mean, the Hong Kong Suit, you're going to know that bit is in this, but it has a whole nother half episode or whatever that's in it that is at, the salon that you totally forget about. And so many of Jack's shows, that's what they are. They're sort of two half shows put together. And whatever half they relate in the title is the one you remember, and the other half you're like, oh, I forgot this was in here.
You're right. That is such a carryover from the radio show.
Yes.
Because that way you always had the yakking around the microphone and then the second part. So
yeah. Essentially, the beginning of this was the yakking around the microphone part, but done in a salon. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And those are the on television specifically. Those are the ones that I like. The more distant they are from each other, the harder it can be to enjoy them sometimes as a whole.
Yes.
It's not to say that you can't, but there's definitely I know that the best episodes that I watch of the Benny television program tend to be the ones where both halves are in some form of simpatico with each other.
Yes.
And this one is, but the abrupt shift to Gisele.
Right.
You can't really gloss
this
over
makes
it.
sense. He's getting ready to go on his show, and he's at a salon and all of that.
But
and then
having Don and the seal would have made if we'd had that, we'd have understood the bridge better.
Well, the thing is, when I was originally watching this, before you even mentioned that, Kathy, about this, I thought to myself, how can they tie these two halves together? I thought if you had Dawn with a seal in the middle of it, it would sort of seal them together, and it would cause you to, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, it's just a different format. It's
Thank you
short
for that
form.
insight.
It's like TikTok videos. You got the barber, you got the seal, you got the suit, you got Gisele.
Yes.
One little snippet after another.
You know, if we think that Jack had a hard time adapting to television, imagine what it would be turning to TikTok. I would love to write that book about about transitioning to TikTok.
Oh, okay, but he's so slow. I can't.
Well, I'll tell you this week we just aired the Jimmy Stewart episode, Jack Benny and Jimmy Stewart at having dinner, right? And he breaks in on Jimmy Stewart's anniversary. And I've been grabbing little snippets. I don't know if YouTube will make this episode less seen because I'm going to say a negative thing about YouTube or not. We'll see how good their algorithm is. But they've updated their software. So now if I create something and I want to create something that is like a Jack Benny show that's square, right? Or at least, it's not vertical. So and so it's more horizontal. It tells me over and over again, your video has to be more than 1 second long. I'm like, it's a 60-second video more. And it can't realize it. So I've given up on I can only do verticals. So now I've been playing with verticals, but things like where it's people eating dinner together are going to be a vertical doesn't work very well unless you happen to get things where it's shifting. Jack says this, and then Jimmy Stewart says this, and it's going back and forth, and that kind of works. But if you're showing a two-shot, you're sunk.
That's an ancient art form called pan and scan.
Yeah, exactly.
Very old technology.
With the tools that YouTube gives you, it's hard to do that. Okay. And I'm trying to use the built-in simple tool to do it because it's fast. So, but I was able to find some parts that work pretty well where it's popping around to everybody at the table, getting all the reactions and things. And I posted those, and man, I've just had so many wonderful comments about, seeing Jack with Jimmy Stewart and who knew Jimmy Stewart is so fun. And is that his real wife? She is fantastic. And, just this stuff, because at one point they're like, Jimmy's like, can I get some more wine? And Jack's like, what? More champagne. And Jack's like, well, what happened to yours? And his wife's like, I'm drinking it, and she's drinking it because I can't handle the fact that Mildred's there and going crazy, and Jack's doing crazy things, and it is. There are so many little 60-second clips I can get out of that thing, and they're all so funny and they're all so good. Yeah, so it turned out.
You transitioned him to TikTok.
Yes, I did. Yeah, essentially I did. So and he holds up well with it. You wouldn't think so, but if you look around, and certainly the place you can get a lot of vertical stuff that works really well on TikTok, Shorts, whatever, is the beginning, the monologues. The monologues work really nicely so often. It's just, and his monologues are good so often, and they hold up really well. It just depends on the episode, of course, but yeah. But I love that one. That's like I say, just a delightful episode.
Thank you for because that's the way to get younger generations and new people interested in Jack Benny. So thank you.
And I get a lot, and it's people like, what film is this from? I'm like, it's not a film. It's from the Jack Benny TV show. But anyway.
That's why anytime if I've ever posted a clip of something on the Instagram for Ballyhoo, I tend to put below it what the film is or what it's from. So then that way it's not like that question is irrelevant. But yeah.
Well, I do that too, but they don't tend to read those. So they just ask, comment. You say,
"That's you not your fault."
The video that took me 15 minutes to add to the video because I'm not good at adding text. It's like, no, apparently you didn't. So anyway, all right. We'll let them go and enjoy this wonderful episode. And they already did, but We're so delightful to be with you guys. Oh, and my Mariners shirt. I need to talk about that.
Hello, Mariners.
By the time you've seen this, it's already been decided probably and everything, whatever. But right now, if we win one more game, we go to the World Series. And the Mariners are the only team out of the entire professional baseball, who's never gone to the World Series before. So it would be really cool if we could go. So if we win one of the next two games, we go. If we lose them both, well, we don't go.
No.
But hopefully.
Just don't run into any Rockies fans and talk to them, because then that'll just jinx the whole thing.
Yes, exactly.
Don't talk to us. I'm telling you, it's not good for you.
Not good at all. Of course not. So we'll see. But anyway, thanks everybody, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah. So I started this season playing a great episode, I think from 47, and it was off the heels of his summer replacement of Jack Parr. So that was lots.
Well, nice.
Then this last week I did a 1953 episode, so I like to bounce around a little bit and keep it fresh, and it's lots of fun.
Good for you. Well, and then do you play a lot of like reruns of your stuff where you've introduced an episode in the past during each season, or do you pretty much do new stuff all the time, or how does
I don't think I've rerun an episode ever, because I want to get the new ones out there, and I had a sort of like a bunch of extra bonus episodes that I produced, so I sort of have a backup in case like I can't do it on a particular week. So
okay,
yeah,
nice. Well, and I've never done a new episode for 7 years. No. I love when they come on and they're like, "Oh, so this is Buck Benny, and it's 2013 is a good year so far." Okay, all right. This is a new one.
And the next 10 years will be just as grand.
Exactly. And but this season I've started doing them. If you're listening to this, you probably figured that out by now, but I do them weekly on the YouTube channel with new intros that are video intros. So I have to redo those because I just think it's better on YouTube with a video intro than just audio of me. So, and it can make a new one, which is kind of exciting to do new intros to everything. So that's fun. How's school going and stuff?
Week 8. So we're at the we're over the hump.
Hump.
So aiming for Thanksgiving. How about that? So
well, that's where I am too. I've got all the schedules sort of fixed for kids, I hope, and the ones that come now are like, I want out of this class. I'm like, you're in that class, so we're not changing it.
So no, I'm be gearing up in the by the spring. I'll be working to put out a new volume of the Benny scripts, and so just got a lot of balls. Juggling a lot of balls in the air. I've got a new book coming out on early silent film history in Texas, and
nice.
And some cool stuff. Our university has acquired Lorne Michaels' collection, his archive. He's the producer of Saturday Night Live, and so suddenly there's a lot of interest in the history of Saturday Night Live, and it's great fun to think about. It's sort of continuity as a comedy. You know, I mean, and then it makes me think interesting things about Jack, about how some of his skits used sort of sketch comedy, especially his film parodies. And so,
well, I was checking with AI, and they were saying that those early episodes of SNL where Jack was a regular were pretty amazing episodes.
Saying "sock it to me."
Yes, sock it to me on SNL. Yes. We just so you know, off air we were discussing how inaccurate AI can be when you're asking it questions about Jack Benny. But anyway,
well, I mean, I don't know. I did ask it, "Is Jack really 39?" and it exploded, so I killed AI. You're welcome, I guess.
This has been a J&M production. And this is Don Wilson saying good night.